Thank you, Dr. Adhikari, for the kind introduction. It's a pleasure to share the stage with such distinguished colleagues. I see diaspora as an untapped resource with the potential to be partners for national transformation. Hence, I will attempt to highlight a mechanism which can engage all of us in the socio-economic transformation of our motherland. My perspectives are certainly shaped by transnational educational engagements that tap into the energy and resources of diaspora scholars, and my observations of the recent history of some nations that have successfully driven their economic prosperity. If we look at China, Deng Xiaoping jump-started the Chinese economy and lifted 800 million people out of poverty. He was a diaspora scholar. He studied economics in France. The nationalists gave him a really hard time. He was vilified as a foreigner and was attacked many times politically and even physically. If we look at India's transformation, we see that both the leader of independence, Mahatma Gandhi, and the architect of economic transformation, Manmohan Singh, were diaspora scholars. They had left their countries at one point. They returned and used their insights into transforming their nations. There are similar stories of Lee Kuan Yew of Singapore, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, and as controversial as he is, Paul Kagame of Rwanda. Tanzania graduated from low-income country to lower middle-income country status in July 2020. The economy of Rwanda has undergone rapid industrialization due to successful governmental policy. Since early 2000s, Rwanda has witnessed an economic boom. The president of Rwanda famously noted his ambition to make Rwanda the Singapore of Africa. When it comes to Nepal, I have seen so many individuals do amazing things across the borders. I think it is best for me to talk about what I have been directly involved with so that we can build those connections for further inquiry if needed. Number one, I believe, is intellectual contribution at policy level with the cross-fertilization of ideas with the home scholars. We've been arguing about the establishment of academic leadership in Nepali universities. Gandaki University is the example here. An establishment of polytechnic institutes and community colleges in every province. The movement to create a native artisans university is gaining a lot of traction. And I would argue that to save the country from disinformation campaigns. I'm sure you have heard about the Brain Game Center. It was a strategy focusing on investment in fundamental capabilities of the nation by building a soft infrastructure sparking discovery and innovation by connecting people across the borders. When I first created a prototype of connecting diaspora by humanizing technology, many friends stepped up to the plate and supported the idea. Thanks to the collective enthusiasm, the Nepal government adopted the prototype as Brain Gain Center in 2019. Dr. Ambika Adhikari was one of the earliest registrants. I wish to thank each of those diaspora experts who demonstrated their willingness to support their homeland by registering in the center. I will be remiss if I didn't say special thanks to Pradeep Gaulee for providing leadership on behalf of the Nepal government when he was the foreign minister. When an individual crosses political or national borders, his or her role and responsibilities suddenly become undefined. In nation-based socioeconomic and intellectual professional paradigms, the identity, ethos, and respect for foreign scholar are often romanticized in such a way that someone will quip, Lahuta Sorgava. At the same time, there's always an underbelly of rejection to transpire in such terms as Lo is the Bashyu. So, unbeknownst to the homeland people, the mobile scholar is navigating uncharted territories with ambivalence and confusion surrounding his or her own place and value to the new society. They have to create their own identities in the foreign land. One of the most important steps, I believe, toward that direction is political engagement. It gives me a great deal of pleasure to see that our political engagement is gradually gaining momentum towards reaching some critical milestones towards diaspora development and perhaps towards addressing the challenges rightly identified by Dr. Adhikari and start thinking about larger diasporic obligations as enumerated by Dr. Rasali. I think these fundamentals will pave the way for financial stability as envisioned by Laxman Pradhanji, entrepreneurial gains as described by Dr. Sidhu Gimre. I'll stop here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.